We are ready to start the 11:30 panel, and we have Woys, Weaver, and Queen Quet, and Makeda Cheatom. So welcome them all to the stand for the panel.
How are the children do today? How are the children do? I don't yet anyway, don't know, because they can't crack your teeth back with me like Alicia. He'll tell me what we maybe should do, and things like that. So I see that one of the children ain't used to this kind of thing and thing like that, because we did on this other rest of course. And I am Queen Quet, I the head from the body of the Gullah Geechee Nation. So glad for being young with one of the children. But let me ask you to do something for me. If everybody would please stand first. Take the hand of somebody next to you, and then we put our positive energy together to stop the storms and dissipate them in the ocean. We have Hurricane Florence out where the Sea Islands are in the Gullah Geechee Nation home to be right. And we have another one, a tropical storm approaching Hawaii. But I know you have what you say. You'll have what you say. So let me say, peace, be still, hurricanes.
Peace, be still, hurricanes.
Dissipate, hurricanes.
Dissipate, hurricanes.
Heal the land.
Heal the land.
Protect the land.
Protect the land.
Protect your people.
Protect your people.
So let us take a moment of silence. Thank you, thank you. I'm so glad that all 100 children today are with we, because it looked like we got all the earth in your with we in it. I love this, yo. I love the fact that I decided for talk on this your skirt for saying we represent all the different patterns of the world, and for walking y'all match up with this skirt. Because y'all are all the different patterns of culture and heritage and things like that, and that we to try to show upon what is whole thing about heirloom. When you think of the word heirloom, what comes to your mind? Say out loud. Tradition. Heritage. What else would you say? Ancestors. What else? Food. Food. Good one. Let's not talk about that too much. I'm ready to go now. Value is what comes to my mind. Goods. And good value from our ancestors, qualities of our traditions, quality of our food, the things that we want to protect. You don't hear of people throwing their heirlooms out on the grass in the front yard. You hear of them usually securing their heirlooms. You hear of people passing them down in the will. We got a few Gullah Geechee and anything like that. They say, when the children don't know what happened when ain't no will in the family. There's a statement when there's a will, there's a way. And we talk about that with our spirits, right? But also, if there's a written will, there's a way to distribute the assets that were valuable to the next generation that you leave behind. So to have a National Heirloom Expo, I felt I was coming to a place with a lot of valuable stuff.
That's right.
And it wasn't going to just be them packets of seeds that Baker Heirloom be sending folks through the mail and stuff like that. It was going to be the people themselves that were going to be those pieces of that pattern that we need to stitch together to talk about what we all are here to do together. This is one big field that I heard y'all have traffic backed up onto the interstate highway, that so many people are trying to get in here to get to these heirlooms and the valuable stuff inside here. Because they said it's a what? An expo. Right? I know we have some exhibitionists. I know I'm in California. But it ain't that kind of show this week. So we want to expose to others the things we value, the things we see are good, the things we see that come from our ancestry and our traditions and our heritage and our culture. So we're the ones who were asked to be panelists. But we didn't come here for talk to we self, to one another. We come here for crossing teeth with one children. We came here to talk with you dialogue with you, tell you about why we're here, tell you who we are, and how our souls came to be planted in this soil over these next 3 days. So that when you leave, you might take a little sprig off the bush, you know. You might go and take a little clipping or something with you and then be able to take it back where you are and water it and let it grow over there. And you might be able to go ahead and get a few packs of seeds or one of them big old giant squash if you can carry it. All right? And get down into the middle of it and pull the heart of it out and look at the viability. But please don't throw away the flesh. They say that nourishes you. But guess what a lot of botanists will tell you? Guess what a lot of herbologists will tell you? The real nourishment is where? In the seeds. So more often than not, people buy the plant in the store already there and take it home and gut it out and throw the seeds in the trash. They don't dry them. And then look for a little place, a little pot or a little plot and put it in there. They'd rather have grass, which they're not going to eat, than another harvest of them seeds. But we hope that by the time we finish, we have more seeds to give you than we could find on this whole set of ground if we opened every squash and every plant and every fruit and everything that's out here. Because all of us can affect and you can also infect other folk. So we know some of y'all is compost little bugs and worms and stuff too. Y'all are here to stir up something. All right? But it all balances out if we do what we're all called to do. But we manage to put that pattern together in a way that can bring beautiful arrays of color here today. So as I pray for my people in the Gullah Geechee Nation from Jacksonville, North Carolina to Jacksonville, Florida, in the midst of some facing an eye of a storm that we just prayed would dissipate, I also wanted to plant a seed of positivity because we know a lot of people go into agriculture and farming to make money. So that's why even if you were in the last session, you would say, well, dang, the blouse she had on the last session. No, it ain't. I don't usually wear t-shirts. And I got witnesses here to tell you that. But I wore this one for this session because this is a picture of Madam C.J. Walker, who was born Sarah Breedlove, who was an enslaved African woman in the South. Her family came, they looked at her roots of her family down all into the deep South and said that they think there may have been some connection to Carolina before they got out there. People are the soil. She needed to heal her head because her hair started falling out in patches. So she started finding herbs and putting them together and mixing them and eventually came up with what we would call a salve. And when she put that salve in there and she started rinsing her hand, washing her hair with it, her hair started growing full and long. I've always had a full, long head of hair. From the birth as a baby, they said I came out with long hair. My sister started braiding my hair at 1 month old. Okay, so here it is that when I looked at this, I said, yeah, I normally keep this shirt only to walk around on the land that my family still owns as we harvest more things that we pray will be heirlooms in the future. But I want to take her spirit with me to California because a lot of people came west from the South seeking wealth from the land and got here and couldn't farm nothing. And had to find another way. What did she do? She became the first multi-level marketing black woman in the country. She went around, taught other black women how to make her product, then how to sell the product, and she get part of the profit, and how to bless other people's heads. From the crown of your head to the sole of your feet, you want blessings. And so her $1 million dream we should never forget because there are millions of us in the world that are a dream to somebody. Even if it was just your parents or even if it was just your spouse that said, you the dream I have been waiting on all my life. So let us live our positivity. Let's not turn into nightmares. Let us plant how she did in the souls of others and let's all profit together. Is what her point was. but in a way that we teach so that somebody else can take it and do something else with it. So see, he and I never met beyond a day, so y'all don't think we dating because I keep touching. Because I see he keep looking a little uncomfortable over here. Now I got to slide his shoulder. I don't know if it's me or y'all. Because some of y'all kind of mean mugging him. I don't know if y'all got to look a little nervous or it's me. But I just met him. And Sister Makeda and I were over there and we were talking deeply because she's been talking about how many years she's been waiting to meet me face to face. She said, I've been knowing you, but I'm glad to finally meet you face to face. So I'm happy that we're here face to face with all of you. And you have an opportunity to meet us and be part of this pattern that we want to put together in this new field of positivity that we're going to multiply with millions of people being part of it. And I'm that traditionalist, so of course I'm not going to let him talk next. I always still believe in that ladies first. I'm on that Queen Latifah's ladies first. All right? So yes, my sister Makeda, please tell each other, were you the day for this morning? Give it up.
The undisputed queen of the Geechee Gullah Nation. You know, it's a hard act to follow.
I hear that.
It's a queen. You know, I'm Makeda Cheatom, and I run a cultural center in San Diego, California. And we're working on a sustainable farm in Africa, in Ghana. And you'll be able to see our booth over there. Check him out, he's incredible. And you know, his name is Cha-Cha. I met him in Ithaca. We have a grant with Cornell, and we do urban birding. And we teach the kids about birds, nature, and in the city. And we get them back to the earth, you know, where it's really important. I had the honor to go to the Sea Islands. I wanted to see it. My dad is a Geechee, and it's all he always talk about. He said, I'm Geechee, you know? And I'm coming. And he's, yeah. And I went to the Penn School, and I went back. I was looking for the Queen. She was out of town. So I went and met a lady, and she's in the land of the ancestors right now, Mrs. Passat.
Yes, Rosalie Bazan.
And I knocked on her door and I said, we heard you put on the Gullah Festival. Somewhere I have an interview with her. And she said, you see that river right out there? Harriet Tubman wade through that water. So I'm so honored in the U.S. that the Geechee Gullah Nation have our traditions. You know, they hold on to that African tradition. You know, the basket weaving. You know, the baskets they can trace back to Africa. You know, in fact, Africans that came there and they saw the same baskets. So, you know, with Hilton Head and all the other colonizers that are coming in and taking that land. So we must save that land. Hilton Head was, you know, it was native Gullah Geechee. And it's a lot of burial grounds and, you know, the beaches, which are being taken away by Turner Broadcasting conglomerate. And they told me when I was there, they said, you got to come back and help save, you know, this Geechee Gullah Nation. We got to do everything we can. You know, please visit and please donate. And it's so important. What I've done is I've done a little research on heirloom because, you know, my father and my mother always grew their own food. And I grew up eating, you know, from the garden. We have a great garden right now, and it's very important. You are what you eat, and you become what you think. I turned 76 this year, and it's because of what I've been eating, you know, and how you live your life, you know. So it's very important. I've gotten spoiled. You know, I won't even eat a salad outside, because in my salad we have garuna, which is long life. Most people don't know. I have moringa trees all over the place. I do moringa smoothies. I have moringa in my salad. So we have you can grow a lot of things in the salads that you won't get in a salad bar. So eat your greens. In the Gullah Geechee Nation, I've got some things over there, or South Carolina, and from Anson's Mill, and we have the Benny seed. We got the Benny seed that's right over there, and the slaves brought it from Africa. They're not saying that they're slaves. The Africans that were enslaved. That what they're saying now is also they were immigrants imported. So they cultivate that Benny seed, so I can open up that, and also golden rice. Carolina gold rice. So some of the foods that are still here, and one of the things is alligator pepper. And in Africa, they put alligator pepper on shrines. It's very sacred. So we have a lot of things besides, okra and I just found out that watermelon have, our melons in Africa wasn't as sweet, but, it's claimed that, watermelon also, originated from the motherland. There's a lot of things about foods that we don't know. So, I brought some of the heirlooms from the Carolinas and the Gullah Geechee Nation, some of the foods that we brought to America. It's so important, when I go to a country, I learn about the food first. I learn, the language of the food, it's really important. I learn about the food, the herbs, and then I want to know what the local beer is, San Diego, we have craft beer. We brew our own beer. We have the largest craft brewery. So I'm going to start brewing a millet beer, and some of the beers that we have, that are in Africa with sorghum and all that stuff. So it's really important, because that is, some of the ways that we brew beer in Africa it's a sweeter beer. So, and then the herbs, very important, in my 76th year, I never been to a doctor, only when I broke my ankle or something, like that, and that's the only time. I go to acupuncture, I cure myself with herbs, and so you gotta go back. I remember when my mother was going through menopause, and remember Lydia E. Peekham's? Yeah, remember that? I forgot about that. So I went back to see what Lydia E. Peekham's was, because that's what all the old people were taking. So I went back, it was evening primrose oil, all those omega-3s, and everything that was in, that grew in America, golden seal, American herbs, and when I go to the Chinese doctors and stuff, you would have like Dan Quai, things that were more female, so some of the things, if ladies and people don't talk about, menopause, that beautiful golden age that we go to. And, but there's some things, that in this Western medicine, what happens is they say, well, you need to, take out your ovaries, or you don't have to do that. You do not have to do that. So when you start getting those hot flashes and those things that are going on, you start thinking It's hot in here, but it's okay. So you get some yam cream, and also black cohosh. Know your herbs. You don't have to, I don't need Obamacare or Obamacare, I got Mama Care, Mama Herb. So know your herbs, grow your herbs. I go in there and pick the herbs out of my garden. So you have to go back to the land as the queen, saying and telling you. And also, take that time to know who you are and to know yourself and build yourself. Because all the truth is within. And that's what they said, the kingdom of heaven is within. Any language, any religion, you have to look within yourself. Be kind, be compassionate, forgive. I don't understand what's going on in the country, but you don't even have to get into it. Really, you don't have to get into it, because it's love. It's love, and we have to live that love. Love the Mother Earth. Forget fracking, all these things. Don't let them take away your rights. And you can nurse your baby the way you want to nurse your babies. You're American, and people came in this country, to do what they want in life, to make a better world. And that's what we're doing. And we're doing it with our children. We're positive examples. So I'm in the children's garden over there, in the children's section, and we're teaching birding. And children are incredible right now. They're so open, and they want to know. When I take them to the garden, we cook with a solar oven, and they're going, yeah, this is being cooked by the sun. I'm cooking these burgers, and they don't know the hamburgers, because us, vegans and vegetarians, you don't even know the difference. We got bacon. You can swear. So you don't need to eat that. If you want to stop global warming, stop eating meat. Okay? Thank you. So once again, these are the greats. It's hard serving on a panel with these great people. Once again, grow your own food. I don't care if you got to put it in a pot. Put moringa in your garden. So in the wintertime, you can put it on the hoop garden, bring it in. You might think it's dead. It's not. It's got a tap root. Okay, it's got a tap root. And it's holding that water. Don't water moringa. And we're going to have some seeds over there. You come and I can give you some seeds. No, I didn't bring my moringa seeds, but they're at my booth, so yeah. You can get they're from my moringa trees, okay? So not from India, not from, yeah. So, I just want to say that know the foods that you have here are powerful. Make sure they're heirloom, make sure they're organic, and you're going to live a long time. Don't even, if you're getting pain, put some arnica. Change the way you eating. If you got arthritis, something you need, just juice. Get your green, get your bitters. Your bitters are what's going to save you, is your bitters. Okay? So thank you very much, and much love. And we're going to see a glorious country. Don't worry about what's going on. It's going to be beautiful, because you're beautiful. Once again, give it up to Queen Quet for the revelation of this incredible gentleman. I'm going to hand it over to Queen Quet's new boyfriend. Here you go.
Yes, there it is. Well, these ladies really, they're remarkable. It's hard to follow up on that. I guess I'm here because, well, it's a long story, isn't it? I wrote a book called Heirloom Vegetable Gardening. It's back out in print, and we'll have a book signing tomorrow. My grandfather founded the collection. This is an heirloom seed collection. It's the oldest in Pennsylvania, in 1932. Apropos all this healing, he was Pennsylvania Dutch, and he was what was known as a brouwer, a person who heals with sometimes unusual methods. In our culture, we would call him a green man. He used nature, he had bees, he was sort of a total Renaissance person. I thought all grandfathers were like that. Didn't know that mine was quite special. He was a Quaker, and his people were involved in the Underground Railroad. They were just committed to justice way back. And he became a friend of African-American painter Horace Pippin. They were very good friends. And Horace had a bad arm. It was a war injury, and he came to my grandfather to cure the miseries, as he called it. So because he knew my grandfather could do these things. My grandfather actually, powwowed a cousin of his who broke her back and had her walking in 2 weeks. I don't know how he did it. He wouldn't talk about it, but my grandmother mentioned it. So there was this side to my grandfather I didn't know much about, but I grew up with him in the garden. And because he knew Horace Pippin, Mr. Pippin gave him seeds in return for favors. Horace would come to the house a lot, and I've begun to piece the story together about how that whole friendship evolved. Pippin had a garden, and so he was growing things in his own kitchen garden, and I think that's why some of those seeds ended up in our collection. You can look anywhere on the internet and find the fish pepper. That came out of my grandfather's seed collection. Buena Mulata, which is being sold through Baker Creek, this purple kind, came out of our collection. And we have maybe 10 more Pippin peppers, which we're working on to share with the rest of you, because one of the mandates we're a nonprofit. One of our mandates is to share what we have so that it goes out. It's not good to have it all in one place. My house was built as an historic it's an historic tavern today. We're going to turn that by Christmas into a trust so that it will be a center where people can study food, heirlooms. And we don't say farm to table, because if the food's not coming from a farm, where's it coming from? It's seed to table. That's the theme we use, and I have brochures. We've just collapsed the Roughwood Seed Collection and the Keystone Center for Regional Foods into one organization. So that's what we're working on. We raise money in a number of different ways. One of them is that we sell or provide seed wholesale to Baker Creek, and then they sell through their catalog and online, and that's a very important source of income for us right now. Now, my grandfather was interested in African American heirlooms, I guess through Mr. Pippin, and I can honestly say Westchester, Pennsylvania in the 1940s was a very segregated place. And I think my grandfather's dinner table was the only place Mr. Pippin could sit down with a white family and be treated like an equal person, because they were Quakers, they were colorblind, and the way it should be. But anyhow, so that was a very good relationship my grandfather had with Pippin. I just wish I'd gotten to know Mr. Pippin, but he died before I was born. So everything I've gotten is secondhand. We have now over 5,500 things in the Roughwood Seed Collection, and it's growing. And one of the happy things that's happening. We need space to grow out these plants, both for produce to sell and also for seed. And we don't have room. And Tyler Arboretum, nearby, 12 minutes away, has 50 acres. And so we're talking to them about putting the whole collection there on their 50 acres. They're a nonprofit, we're a nonprofit. The conversation is how to make, one wife out of two women. Yeah. So it's going to be a slow process. In the meantime, they've just finished a $480,000 fundraiser. They're putting in an edible garden, and we're going to be in charge of what's grown there. And every year is going to be a different theme. We're going to start with Quakers because they founded Tyler. Then we're going to do African American. Then we're going to do whatever. Sky's the limit. So a lot of good is we're right on the cusp of doing a lot of good there. And I'm working on more books about food and heirlooms. So I'll leave it at that.
The interesting thing about this is that I believe in divine order. I thought he would work this in after she worked in her journey to the Sea Islands. He didn't work in his because the seeds we more often not don't carry in the packets that came from Anson Mills. We carry them in baskets. And he has a huge sweetgrass basket collection, all right? And so when she mentioned the sweetgrass baskets, I thought he was going to draw that right on into this story. Are you keeping any of those seeds at home in any of those baskets, or are you keeping the baskets separate from the seeds?
She's talking about what I call Gullah baskets.
Yeah.
I don't keep seeds in them. They're sort of precious to me. I find these baskets in flea markets up north, because people don't know what they are. But my first brush with Gullah, if you want to put it that way, was Bertha Cole, and she was my grandmother's sister, really, but she was the housekeeper that raised me.
Gotcha.
And she was from South Carolina, and she had a couple Gullah baskets that she would bring with her, big ones, to put things in. Because she worked in the garden too, and she would take things. She could take veggies how much she wanted. So, as a kid, I knew what they were. They were really the original baskets as far as I was concerned.
That's right.
And Bertha Cole people would leave babies on her doorstep, and she would raise these children at her own cost. And she even had a Gullah basket to carry the baby in.
I was going to bring that up when you
So
mentioned
there you go.
children. Yeah.
It's a small world.
That's right. It's all linked. And then someone who was in the first session this year, she asked whether or not we had any Gullah Geechee heirloom seeds here. They're here.
Yeah, I brought them.
Okay, so Makeda brought them.
So you can take a look
Makeda is the
at
name
it.
of a queen too, so the queen of Sheba is Makeda, and I'm happy there are two queens here. So when one queen's chest is full, the other one can still fit something in hers. All right, she brought them here so you get a chance to see them.
And the alligator pepper, you can see that
Alligator
sacred,
pepper, too.
sacred pepper.
Yes.
And something about the alligator pepper. I think you had a question. You had a question? They'll grow in pots. They'll grow. They love it. They have a long root, a tap root. I think in my booth over there, we're selling some. Then and then there's a moringa booth over there, which is my partner that we work at, and then we have one that's right across. So we'll be selling in the kids' pavilion over there. But then we have another one where we have our African Eco Farm. It's right there. Yes, you'll see it. Absolutely. And the gentleman, his name is Cha Cha. So we're doing some great things in Africa. I hope you come over. But again, you gotta go to the Gullah Geechee Nation. And the Queen is never out here. I'm going, oh my God. We would have brought her down. And so please, next year, book her in your schools, anything that you think that the youth or, I mean, even Black History Month, Kwanzaa, please bring her so the youth can know that we still got a great nation, the Geechee people. And the Quakers that have helped us through the years, the Pippins, I would like to meet the Pippins. I got a good friend, I'm going, Pippins, oh, okay, that's a whole line. And I want to give it up to, a lot of times we don't give it up to the European Americans that helped us in slavery. I want to give it up to the Quakers. Give it up.
It's interesting she mentioned the Quakers because another connection, where she mentioned Penn School. So Penn School was founded by abolitionists, some of which were Quakers, on St. Helena Island that I'm a native of in the Gullah Geechee Nation. So she's plugging, telling you a job without how you're going to go about the job. So let me tell you. Go to queenquet.com, QUENQUET.com. There's a booking link on there if you want to do what she just sent you to do. If you want to follow our blog, our website for the Gullah Geechee Nation, it's GullahGeecheeNation.com. GullahGeechee. Ain't no I in Geechee if it a we. Gullah Geechee Nation, NATION.com. You can follow us at Gullah Geechee on Twitter, at Gullah Geechee on Instagram. We'll be posting the videos and so on Gullah Geechee TV, so GullahGeechee.tv, which you can also find on YouTube. So if you definitely want to do what she's sending you out to do, I just gave you the tools. She's sending you out with no kind of shovel to dig with. I gotta give you some tools, so now you can do that. So you gotta keep these connections going. Anybody else? Yes.
You mentioned in your presentation about watering moringas. Can you finish that? I have another question.
Okay.
And it's about the golden corn. The
Golden rice.
Golden rice.
Golden
rice. Yes.
Okay. You know, I have something here you can take with you too for the rice. Now, I used to. I went to Jamaica. I knew Bob Marley, and I produced reggae music, and I brought reggae. They say I brought reggae music to California. I've been, doing reggae music for a long time. I produced Peter Tosh, Bob Marley. I produced Gregory Isaac. I produced everybody, Yellow Man, everybody in reggae music. If you go to my website, worldbeatcenter.org, or Reggae Makeda. I've been on radio and TV for a long time, 25 years on a radio station. So I used to just give the kids, little stuff. They grew up with me. Most people from San Diego and California grew up with me on the radio. And they were supposed to be in bed at night, and they'd be listening to me, on the radio. So you got a lot of big stars, California stars that are in reggae right now because of listening to me on the radio. Like a band called Revolution. Revolution is a California reggae band, also Tribal Seeds, and some of the Hawaiian bands are now Ration. But they all came from listening to Reggae Makeda. And I went to Jamaica, and I saw my Jamaican friends. I'm answering your question. So I said, you guys are not eating moringa? What's wrong? And they go, moringa? I said, yeah, they got huge moringa trees in Jamaica. So all the stars, they say that Makeda brought moringa to Jamaica. No, I brought it back to Jamaica, it's right there. So you don't need very much water, don't over water it. Because when they're watering, I have 50 moringa trees, and I have a cafe, because I had the first vegetarian restaurant in San Diego. It was called The Prophet. That was in 1971. And so it gives me an honor to have a garden and then bring it in and cook the food. African, basil. Not Thai basil, I got Thai basil too, but the African basil. And then when they water the moringa trees, because I live in Southern California and I grew up there, so I got mangoes. So, and the avocados and stuff. So when they're watering, I'm all freaked out because they're over-watering the moringa trees. So you don't need to water them for maybe 2 weeks, 2 or 3, 2 weeks, and don't soak them. They have a tap root, and what you grow around them like, they like holy basil. So holy basil with them is great. You can just, because that tap root is holy. Sometimes you think your moringa is dead, like in the winter, and I planted some in the canyon down there. I thought it was dead, and I looked, and moringa was coming up everywhere. So it's not dead. Don't give up on it, but don't water it, over water. Okay, and we got a lot of moringa products, and also moringa oil never goes rancid. You can purify water with the moringa seeds, and they're doing that in Mexico. Moringa is the miracle food. You must have moringa. And eat your green food. It's green. And that's what I take to kids. I said, what do you see out here? They say green. I said, that's the color of healing. So you all can heal yourself about what you eat. It's really, really important. I mean, kimchi, your fermented food, I had some South Korean students there, and we get a lot of international students, and so we brought out some wicked kimchi. It blew their mind, because we're eating this fermented food. So, remember again, you are what you eat and you become what you think. You can eat all the good foods you want, and if you poison them mentally, and you separate cultures, and you separate people, and if you're not listening to what another race has to say, or your mate, or anything, so big listeners grow, always open, and that heals you. Disease begins in the mind, and it also begins in the colon. Keep your colon open. That's what the green food, you should be going to the bathroom, 2 or 3 times a day. Clean, take a fast. Fasting is really important. And we got watermelons for days. You need to have a watermelon. That's all you eat is watermelon. Just go on a watermelon fast and eat what is in season. Right now it's watermelon. People, I go to the motor vehicle department and they have a bush that's right there. It's a bush. Nobody even, and there's little cherries. You see those little cherries? That's what they make vitamin C out of. Those little star cherries. And I'm up there, it's good to eat free food because other people, what do you call purslane? You see the purslane? People don't even eat that. It's like a weed. Eat your weeds. Purslane is incredible. So, once again, thank you for being here. And I want to give it up to, all this knowledge of the people. And the rice, the golden rice, I have it right here.
Yeah, she had a question though. What is
the golden rice?
What is your actual question?
The golden rice.
About the Carolina gold rice. It's Carolina gold.
I got it right here. I'll give you it.
Okay, hold on. Let me answer it. Because I'm living where it still grows.
Okay.
And my ancestors grew it. I grew some. You cannot just find Carolina gold rice.
No.
These other varieties of rice that are out here, even ones that are being packaged and sold on the market, are not Carolina gold. They're being packaged that way because they know the name would sell it. Because people have heard the history of the rice that we grew by the ton that went around the world from the Gullah Geechee Nation. Okay? But the Gullah Geechee Nation, our people do not grow Carolina gold rice anymore for various reasons, much of which has to do with the change in the environment, but also has to do with changes in legislation. I've sold out of all my books that I brought with me in my first session. From We Sold to the Soil, Cotton, Rice, and Indigo. You can go online right now while you're in here to gullahgeechee.biz and order a copy of it, and it'll give you the history behind it. It'll also help you to understand that when you grow rice, you need stagnant water. Stagnant water then has mosquito populations. So the Departments of Health and Environmental Control no longer want people to grow rice in the area where we are because of these other components that come with it. And so there are people growing it, but it's for demonstration purposes and things like that. And at the Georgia-South Carolina line, there are some farms and fields of it. Because of our work now with Ants and Mills, some of the seeds that they returned to the Gullah Geechee Nation were heirloom Carolina gold rice seeds. That's why there's an organization called the Carolina Gold Rice Foundation. It was basically all folks that look like him. Okay? Nobody that looked like us. Female or Gullah Geechee or of African descent. I am now always invited to the meetings. And so we are working together to try to reintroduce it amongst the Gullah Geechee population, who are the ones who brought the seeds from Madagascar in the first place. So if you get my book, From We Sold to the Soil, Cotton, Rice, and Indigo, and even if you want to order it directly from me, you can pay me here and I'll mail them back to you autographed. Okay, if you don't want to go buy them online, you can come up to me at the end. And as the sister mentioned earlier, one of the reasons I am here, like she said, I'm not here that often, all right, and the last time was probably a decade ago, is because I am on the Gullah Geechee Save the Sea Islands World Tour. So when I leave here, I'm going to the Global Climate Action Summit, because we can't talk about having these heirloom seeds and holding on to our seeds and land to grow it in if we continue to deal with the impacts that are happening because of the negativity people are doing on land that's affecting our growth as well as the growth of what we're eating. So that's part of it. And so we are raising funds and raising awareness while I'm on this journey here in California. So if anybody wants to make a donation to that, they can as well, because that's the seed that's required. When we can't find the seed somewhere, a lot of times what you got to do, buy the seed. You got to find somewhere to buy them and have them shipped in to try to replant them, because one of the outcomes of hurricanes, for instance, is that the land gets inundated with salt water, because we live directly in the Atlantic Ocean. So when you hear them talk about storm surge, they're concerned of not only people drowning, but the drowning of the land. So now when you have too much salt now in the soil, things that used to grow in that spot won't grow anymore or won't grow for a few years. You have to let it lie fallow and then plant other things that are viable in that kind of thing, like wheats and other things like that. Plow them back in, re-nourish it, and then eventually go back and you can plant it again. So it's a real balancing act. And then on the other end of the spectrum is when you have a drought. You know, then you have another issue with the drought. So all of those things are connected, and that's part of why I'm here today. That's why I'm loving this divine link here, because it all connects. So it's wonderful. So what we were just told, that, you know, I know y'all like some thyme on your food along with moringa, but they told us it's thyme. And so definitely I'm so honored to have this opportunity to share this panel with these outstanding folks. Please give them a give it up for the Queen of the Gullah Geechee Nation, Queen Quet. Thank you. And so we're going to be right here for a few minutes before the next group comes in, but truly continue to plant positive seeds and know that you have something good and of value to pass on to the next generation. You truly are the heirlooms. God bless all of you.
God bless you.